I don't know. Like, I think that I think you're right, but dude, I joked about it last week or the week before last. I really don't think I don't think I'm looking too good, man. I'm playing everybody in y'all's division twice for the rest of the season,
Oh yeah.
and that's the same thing that happened last year. So, and
Well,
not to,
here's the thing though.
I
It's
had
kind
it.
of flipped, bro. All the shitty teams are kind of looking all right,
Yeah,
and all the guys we struggling.
I was just about to say like you guys see, but what might end up happening though, I don't know. I think I was about to say the teams are definitely not moving the same way. Everybody's not moving the same way as they were last year. But I will also say this that my team is ass at this point, bro.
Yeah, I'm
Like
kind of falling apart too, dude. I'm fighting to be 50% right now. I just need. I'm fighting to be 3-3.
yeah, like I'm kind of just getting picked apart. Each week like I lose another player.
Yeah, it's getting real, bro. But at the same time, I am happy to see the guys that have taken beatings for 3, 4 years and just pretty much been donations to our
Yeah.
winnings.
Yeah.
At least make it'd be dope. Honestly, I mean, now that if I'm not in it, I don't. It's still a long season. We could still be. They could still shit the bed and we go to the playoffs just like we always do.
Yeah.
But if for some reason I don't make it, I would like to see playoffs. And I'm not trying to shit on y'all, but see
Yeah.
playoffs like four of the shitty teams, or at least three of them, and then one of us make it. Just to, I need these guys to keep getting in.
See, okay, this is what's crazy. Check this out, dude. Uh so I had to play Drake May this week.
Stud,
And he did great. So I mean,
great.
he got 10 more points than he was projected to do. Thank God, because B Hall, whoever the running back,
Bruce Hall
Brees
for the
Hall,
Jets.
he
Yeah.
did 5.9 and was expected to do 15.50.
Mm,
And then Jay Dobbins, whoever that is,
yeah.
for Buffalo, he did 4, and he was supposed to do 15.
Yeah. Neither one of them guys though are the guys on their team.
Absolutely,
That's the problem.
yeah. But
You
that's
got committee back running backs, and then you got the one they use the least.
right, right.
James
Absolutely.
Cook in Buffalo is the one to go crazy, and then or what you talking? Did you say you had a Buffalo running back or receiver? You said.
Shit, I got Okay, hang on. For Buffalo, I don't have nobody for Buffalo.
Oh, I thought you just
I
said. All right, I
I
misunderstood you.
I said Broncos, or I was trying to
Oh,
say Broncos.
Broncos. Yeah, that's my bad.
I might have said
Okay.
Buffalo or whatever, uh, but move past those two, right? And then it gets to my first receiver, who is it Drake London? Is that his name?
Yeah, that's the guy for Atlanta. He's balling right now, though, ain't he?
Right now, he is kicking mad ass.
Yeah,
He was projected to do like maybe 17 points or something like that.
which is
May,
super solid.
and he's doing 29 right now, projected to do 34.
Oh, he's having a career game because
Yeah.
he
J-
was one of them guys that like he was supposed to be the shit. He had a decent rookie year, like the new Mike Evans. He about to shut this shit down,
yeah.
and he just had shitty quarterback after shitty quarterback. Chris Olave, but in the Falcons
Sure. Okay, that makes sense. Cause I was like, I got this
without the
guy,
concussions, bro.
but I had never really even heard of him prior to get drafted him this year.
He's a big body receiver. Boy's big.
And Waddle, he did 15.8, and he was
He's a
projected.
miracle.
He did 15.82, and he was projected to do 15.87. So
Yeah,
couldn't have.
the Dolphins is a dumpster fire, bro.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and it looks like they lost that game too that they played, which it
They're
doesn't
getting
seem.
their ass beat, dude. They're imploding from the inside right now, too. Tua throwing his own players under the bus after this week. Shit is crazy.
Damn.
He talking about at the press conference after the game where they get their ass beat again. He's
Yeah.
talking about basically saying like we got players not showing up for mandatory meetings and team group meetings and not showing up late for this and showing up late for that. Pretty much, sound like trying to push blame or whatever, but he's getting drugged for that, dude.
Yeah. I
He's getting
mean,
drugged for it.
shit.
Every week he says something else. Last week he said, you know what his response was to like how bad the games are, how bad you are losing in these games, blah blah blah. How do you respond and try to stay focused? With all the online narrative, how do you, about the team losing, blah blah blah. And basically he said, look, I um when I leave here, win, lose, I go home and my kids are happy to see me. So I don't even care. Like, bro, we gave you 50 fucking million to win. What the fuck you mean you don't care?
Yeah, maybe
Nobody
work.
asked you if you care about your kids more than football.
Yeah,
We asked you, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck?
maybe look into like wording that differently.
Right. Come on, bro. And then this week he says this. So everybody's like, bro, get two of the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's trash.
Trash, dude. Trash. After, and he's only comfortable saying, basically saying like, I got 50 mil about him whether I win or lose, so I don't give a fuck. Is what I heard.
And
I go
maybe
home to my big ass mansion.
I,
What am I saying?
is it
And I'm
possible?
good.
Is it possible that he actually just feels that way?
Yeah, I think it's also possible that. Oh no, it is 100% he feels that way, but
Yeah,
I think you just don't say it.
yeah, absolutely,
He
absolutely.
could feel that way. I'm honestly not even looking at him crazy for feeling that way because that's really what I would be leaning on right now if I was getting drug online nonstop and kept
Yeah,
and couldn't do nothing about it. Kept losing to shitty teams, even though I'm getting drugged. I would probably lean on, you know what, my family's good. I'm fucking rich. Fuck all that. But I wouldn't say it. I have teammates that's looking to me. I'm supposed, I've never been a quarterback, obviously, but
sure.
the quarterback's the leader, and we had Drew Brees, like he is the locker room.
Yeah,
So I just wouldn't be saying that shit. I damn sure won't. And then this week, last week after they're saying, he don't give a fuck about the team or the players saying something like that, and then this week he straight those players under the bus. It's just cementing the shit from last week.
yeah.
You can't even take up for him at this point. Like, he really don't give a fuck. He done made his money, and honestly, he should have never came back after the concussion. So I'm not even mad. That's how I would be wording
Dude,
it.
I swear to God, I thought in the off season that he got traded or something.
No, he should have.
I mean,
After he was throwing up the gang signs, bro, that should have been it.
I gotta be honest, dude. Like, it's hard to really be mad at him, but it's also kind of hard to feel sorry for him.
Right.
Like, I don't think that it's at all his. I mean, he's not a bad
I don't feel
quarterback.
sorry for him because he got paid. Dude, he got paid big time, 50 million a year,
Yeah,
and he's never accomplished shit. So I do not feel bad for him in his career sense. Like, you're a quarterback that wasn't NFL caliber quarterback, and you got paid like you're one of the best to ever do it if you go off your pay scale.
right.
How can you be mad at that? Drew
Uh,
Brees
uh,
made fucking chump change.
so he's signed a deal. He has signed a deal since he's been in the league, right?
Right. He came
Yeah,
in on his rookie deal
right.
and he signed his big deal probably like 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. Signed it for like 50 mil a year.
Bro.
45, 49, something, some big. It was a big ass contract. Him, Trevor Lawrence, all them. There's just something crazy going on in the NFL now. So used to, you would get paid off what you did. You know who you were. You play your rookie contract. That's your proven.
Hmm.
Based off what you did for that's how you get paid on that first contract. Rookies try to ball out to get that big money. Now, then it would get to like if you was a stud, you're in year 3 of your 4-year contract. The team don't even want to let that option come up, so they'll sign you in year 3 to an extension and
Yeah.
shit like that. Well, that's just escalated to now. Players have one good year. Literally, rookies come in, have one good year, and want to reconstruct their contract with fucking fully guaranteed money and shit. Basically, now you don't get paid off what you did. You get paid off your potential, what they think you might do.
Yeah. But I
That's
mean,
bullshit.
it's. But yeah, it is. But I mean, it's clearly not if the motherfuckers are getting paid.
Oh no, I mean it's one of them things. Once one person, it was Deshaun Watson, bro. Once one person gets it, it's over.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson did this.
And look
They
at
paid
him.
Deshaun Watson 500 million, dude. And they've never right, right. And dude, it was a snowball effect after Deshaun Watson because when Deshaun Watson got that pay, there was like 3 good, rookie quarterbacks on their rookie contract coming up for money. And, just like they do with any position, you look at him, hey, yo, Deshaun Watson just got 500, he got 50 a year or whatever, and then it's the fully guaranteed shit that's changed too. Look at
Yeah.
Tyler Shuck, bro. We're not even using this motherfucker, and he got his 10 mil fully guaranteed when he signed his shit.
I mean, he could literally just sit on the bench for 2 years and retire, and be like, "Yeah,
Right,
I got like
right. Ain't that
I'm sitting on
crazy?
like 4 million, and I got to see the country. It was great."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How crazy would that
He
be
says
too?
in his interviews, dude, like I don't know why we took him. He says like I've seen some interviews with him, them asking him how he feels about the quarterback competition and all this, the adversity he's facing going to a team, the quarterback situation, you don't know this, blah blah blah. And he says flat out like, now this is crazy, bro. He got taken in the fucking second round. He says, dude, coming out of college, I didn't even think I was gonna get drafted. So, ain't that crazy? So I'm just happy, I'm blessed to be in this situation, and I just look at it that way, blah blah blah.
I mean, that good for him. I guess. I mean, even still, goes back to my point that like he could take his rookie money and be like, yeah, like I'm gonna go invest
Mm-hmm.
in my uncle's company back home or some shit like that, and kind of get my shit paid for and just make money and live my life doing
Dude,
something completely fucking different.
you
And
go
I,
from not even thinking you're getting drafted to being one of the first second rounders in history. That this all shit just started this year. To get
yeah,
usually only first rounders get your shit fully guaranteed.
yeah,
To be one of the first second round quarterbacks to ever get your shit fully guaranteed, like you're like, if I would tell you that, you would think that this guy must be a legendary college quarterback. No, you never heard of this fuck, and he just got his shit fully guaranteed. It's just crazy.
yeah. I
Off of
didn't.
potential, bro. Off of potential. And then apparently in preseason, we were like, actually, he's not that good, and Radler's better.
I never heard of him until I want to say that it was the day of the draft. So it would have been the day before he got
Yeah.
drafted. But it was like the day of the draft, and Cam said some shit that was like, no, the fucking Saints are going to end up drafting Tyler fucking Shuck. Like with Shador, or,
Well, the
with
reason why,
all
dude.
these other quarterbacks on the table. And he's like, they're going to end up, and this is before we drafted anybody. We went through the first round. I still don't remember the name of the fella that we drafted in the first round. Obviously, because
Thanks.
we put so much credence into quarterbacks in general,
Yeah.
but not exclusively us. I just mean in general, quarterbacks are to tell as old as time. But uh,
Well, I was actually, it was probably like 2 weeks, a week or 2 weeks out, a week or 10 days out from the draft.
yeah,
His name just popped up and he started bubbling.
yeah,
And like every day they got closer to the draft. That's probably what Cam was watching too, keeping
that's
up
it.
with it like me.
It's
Every day
possible.
closer to the draft, dude, there was just more and more buzz about this fucking Tyler Shuck guy with the Saints. And I'm just thinking the whole time, like, who the fuck? No,
Yeah,
in my head, I'm like, they want other teams not to know who they want to take. That way, they'll get Dart or somebody later or something.
yeah,
They
right.
want the other teams to think, oh, Dart's still going to be there. The Saints ain't gonna take them. Then boom, we take them. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. Lo and behold, dude, we take this fucking guy. And I'm not just trying to totally shit on Shuck, because who knows, the dude's big. He's 6'5". He's a big
Right.
guy, and he got a fucking cannon on him.
The
But
cannon. Sorry.
yeah, and dude, all he does is roll out to the right and throw. But that's if you watch his tape, that's all he does. But dude, fucking, that's all Drake May does, and he's eating right now.
Yeah.
Like Drake May rolls out to the right, or maybe to the left, whatever. It's either right or left, but it's the same side every time. And cuz when he does, he throws dots.
These motherfuckers. Hang on, let me see something real quick. Uh,
JJ's a bust. When we were collecting all these cards last year, man, did you think May was gonna be the one?
no, but
It ain't
Cam,
Bo.
when
It ain't.
we first started and I first got Cam into that shit, he was collecting them Drake May cards. It was Drake
Yeah,
May and Malik Neighbors. He was on real heavy, and then he
yeah.
was like, I don't really give a fuck about these people. He was on some different shit after that. But it's ironic because I had this really clean ass Drake May card, the just a regular. But I forgot what they're called, like etch a sketch not etch a sketch. I'll find one, whatever. But anyway, we ended up getting rid of it in like one of our things. But no,
Yeah, I
I
think
did.
I got rid of a good bit of Drake May
I
one
did
of the
not expect. I
whatnots.
mean, shit, dude. 3-2, the Patriots.
No, I mean,
That's not
besides the
bad.
record, I'm just looking at the
Sure,
player, dude. Watch him.
absolutely.
He's good, dude. He's almost like the closest thing that I've seen to a carbon copy. Not saying he's an exact carbon copy, obviously, but to Josh Allen.
Yeah,
Like the way he plays, he's big. He Just the way he
Oh,
plays, dude.
dude, you got to see him live and in
Yeah.
in charge, huh?
Unfortunately, I watched them beat our ass. Actually, I
Man,
mean, they didn't just beat our ass. It was a one-score game, man.
yeah, absolutely.
At this point, dude, I'm so frustrated with the Saints, man. Like, we win against New York, finally get a first win. It's the same shit every week. Basically, if you didn't catch the game, every other game this season, the script,
Yeah,
just apply that to yesterday, but just put the Patriots in there instead of the other team. It's the
yeah,
same. Like we have played the same exact game, fucking 6 weeks in a row now. If we just won, well, except in New York, I'm gonna say 4 weeks. The Seahawk game,
yeah,
Jesus Christ Himself couldn't save us. All right,
yeah,
and then the New York game, our defense went crazy. There's a lot of factors in that. Their studs are out. We weren't covering Malik Neighbors. We weren't covering their studs, and it was a rookie quarterback. So, I'm happy. Nice 5 turnovers, but obviously that didn't carry into the next fucking week against another quarter. He's not a rookie, but his rookie year he sat on the bench hurt. So you could pretty much say he's a rookie as much as Radler has more experience. He started 6 games last year,
yeah.
and dude, we cannot get out of our own way. It's an easy problem, not an easy, no easy solution, but it's easy to tell what the
Shit.
problem is. We can march the ball down the field with any of them, dog, like it ain't shit, and get to the red zone like it ain't shit. Dude cannot get it in the fucking end zone. Go, dude. We kicked fucking 6 field goals. We marched the ball down the field, damn near every possession, and took a field goal every time. Because with 4 downs, we could not. Some of them were on like the 2 yard line.
Yeah.
Could not get it in the fucking end zone, and that has been 6 games now. That has happened. We have not scored on the first drive at all season, all
Yeah.
season, and
So
we have not
no
successfully
momentum.
drove it down there. The only one we got this week, Taysom took one snap and it was a touchdown.
Yeah.
Why
And
we didn't use him more, I don't know.
did what he does best.
Yeah, he ran that hoe in. So I don't know, man. I'm trying to think. Right now, I'm focusing on like the Lions, the Detroit Lions of 4 years ago. Dan Campbell came in there. We're talking about changing a culture. We're talking about a team that had the Saints. We lost everything. It's a whole new culture in this thing. We lost coaching staff, players, everything. It's new.
Yeah.
Tom Benson died. And we got a woman owner. It's just different. So we need a culture change, and that's the same thing the Lions needed. Dan Campbell came in, and his first year, dude, they got the fucking shit beat. I think they won 2 games all season. Dude, year 2, these motherfuckers go to the playoffs, almost go to the playoffs, and
I,
then they've been beaten ass since then.
yeah. I remember watching that. I guess they were about to go to the Super Bowl, but somebody beat them. I guess the
That's happened
Browns, maybe.
twice. That happened 2 years in a row.
Yeah. And they were like the coach was so upset. Like he sounded like he wasn't coming back next year.
Yeah. Well, he
Like
played. He was a tight end for a long time for the Detroit.
that's crazy. So he's real
Yeah, he was a
locked in.
player. Yeah. Oh, they love him there, and he loves that team
Yeah. That's
because he got
that's
drafted there.
that's what I picked up on a lot that year because I mean
He was our tight ends coach for the Saints. He could have been our head coach. Yeah, he was our tight ends coach. He's been a tight end coach in several teams, but he was our tight end coach for a little while.
we'll just assume that it wouldn't have been the same.
Yeah. Hey man, the Lions is our kindred spirit. So I mess with the Lions. I like to see them have success. But my point being, I'm hoping this Kellen Moore thing is like this is the rebuild year, and next year, you know, pieces come together, things click just like it did for the Lions. You would have never thought when Dan Campbell's first year came in, you would have thought just like maybe people are thinking of Kellen Moore right now, like, oh, this fucking guy ain't it either. We still suck, you know. But I'm not seeing play calling is not our problem. It could be better. Play calling's not our problem. Fucking dude, Radler is not our problem. It's our problem is this is 100% our problems. Our It's a roster problem. Our guys that we have that you need in clutch situations, wide receiver one, your tight end, your running back, all these guys that you need in clutch, they are not clutch. As a
Yeah.
matter of fact, they're worse under pressure. So the guys we need the most in the pressure are the people that are going to perform the fucking worst in that moment, and that's our problem. We need Olave, from what's happened to him, man, like I almost understand. So I'm not just trashing him, but
Sure.
he ain't it, bro. He ain't a number one receiver. He maybe do better if he was a receiver number two somewhere, and we're not throwing the ball to him 13 times a fucking game, cause it's scared, and I don't blame him, because it's scared. When's
Yeah.
the last time you seen Olave catch one and rip off a run? Dude goes, he goes down immediately. Half the time he's sliding down to the ground during the catch.
Yeah.
That's it all year. That's all he's done. Okay, our tight end, Juwan Johnson, the fucking drop king. He lost the game for us this week. He fumbled it. We had 2.5 minutes left. We were down by 5 points. We're working our way down the field. Got to the 45-yard line. Would have been a first down at the 45-yard line. All we got to do is score a touchdown and then try to hold them on defense, milk the clock.
Yeah.
Throw the ball, get the first down. This motherfucker fumbles it. They get the ball. We never touch the ball again. They just nail it and run the clock out.
God.
All right. Game two, hits his hands in the fucking end zone and he drops it. We lose the game by one touchdown. Game three, Alvin Kamara, throw it out to him for the first down to keep extend the play. Hits his hand, he fumbles it. They recovered, loses the game, one touchdown. Chris Olave, dude, I can't even. Just every game he dropped the pass. We'll just say every fucking game. Every
Yeah.
game he gets 13 of them thrown to him and he gets fucking 3 completions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Golly, man.
It's not rad. If we had, just we don't even need a fucking Puka Nuke or nothing. I don't know what's going on, dude. Rattler's hitting these motherfuckers in the chest.
Damn, dude.
Some I ain't gonna lie. They've been some. I mean, I'm a believer, especially Olave. We'll use him as an example. You're wide receiver one, dog.
Yeah.
Okay, you wide receiver one. The rule to me, bro, and most people in around, with football is if it hits you in the if you that guy, if it hits you
Yeah.
in the fucking hands, that's a caught ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That don't mean some of these passes he's not having to stretch out for him, whatever. But dude, you're that guy in tight coverage. That's how your catches are going to be, and you need to make those. And dude, in the same game last week, besides the John Johnson fumble, we had a touchdown to Olave. Dude, the most beautiful pass you ever seen thrown by Rattler on the run. Dropped it in his hands. He had to dive. The coverage was crazy. He had one step on the guy, smacked him in the hands, dude. We went crazy in the dome because it looked caught. And then you see the ball rolling on the ground after they hit the ground. So
That's trash, man.
we just look forward to next year, bro. I mean, the only silver
For, look
lining, which
what? Look forward to
I
what?
know. Come on, man. Fuck. Hey, check it out. Arch is playing a little better. Hear me out. Arch is playing a little better, okay? So, hey, we could get this tank for Arch shit back on the go, bro.
You know,
Please. Something.
to me that seems like that's like we're gonna manipulate mail-in ballots. It's like just because somebody else is doing it, or we're gonna do it before somebody else does it. I was like, I almost feel now. Don't get me wrong. You're someone who is way more invested emotionally and financially than myself as a Saints fan. But I mean, it is what it is. You're deep off in it, so you have
Hmm.
way more of a right to make that call. But like to me, I just think, damn man, like we're gonna go out there and just take L's and risk potentially getting fined or some crazy shit, or suspended to
Oh,
some
I don't
degree.
think that we'll have to. I'm not worried about like the actual tanking part. Our
Yeah,
roster has that under control on their own, actually trying to win.
yeah,
So
fair enough. So it would be
I'm not
realistic.
saying, yeah, it's realistic now. The only problem is, Arch ain't looking that fucking good.
Yeah,
That's the problem. Like, what the fuck? But what if? See, this is what we didn't know, bro. Here we talking about tank for Arch, tank for Arch. We never thought about the possibility of Arch might be tanking for us. You know what I'm
that
saying?
that would
Hey,
be
we will
crazy.
have a second round pick or third round pick for you, my boy. Like,
That's a
or
big
late,
risk.
like, right? If they're like, oh, the Saints, blah blah blah. Or if I'm Arch, like I want to come to the Saints, but I need a good receiver to go to. If I drop myself to the second round, they could take a receiver with that first pick, and they bring them both in there.
Yeah,
That's highly unrealistic, but
yeah, that is pretty
It
crazy.
could happen like that, but I'm saying it's
It could.
unrealistic that he's playing in that. Why would you not want yourself to be first pick?
If he was gonna do, yeah, dude, we're talking like legacy
You're gonna
here,
like
bro.
fuck your college, yeah.
Yeah, he might be thinking, man, fuck the
So
Saints.
you can play for the fucking Saints that you
Yeah,
probably, let's be realistic, is, he very might not want to fucking play for us.
listen, yeah, exactly. But
Neither one of Arch's sons came here, and it was
listen,
never even an option for him.
if we wanted to chase the dragon just for the sake of our piece, like just to have some fun, bro, he would be the realest motherfucker on the planet if he did that shit. He like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna make some money
Hey,
and I'm
he'll
gonna
be
do
a
the best I can with the Saints
dude,
because I
he'll be a
want to play
god
for.
in New
Dude,
Orleans.
I'm just thinking.
He'd
I'm
be a
picturing.
god in New Orleans. He'd be bigger than his grandpa, bro.
Dude, man, he would be mayor one day. He
That's what I
like
was
I get
saying.
mad like
Hey, it'd be the
drunk.
best situation if he's not that guy to come here because
Yeah,
he's going to get a lot of leeway with us that other
yeah.
teams ain't going to give him.
I get mad. I get not or excuse me. I get like very heavy, semi drunk Jack Trim vibes from we don't give a fuck, bro. We're gonna go motherfucking to New Orleans and we're gonna stay there and they're gonna pay us good money to be there and we don't give
Yeah.
a fuck. It's like all we're gonna do, just him just talking shit. So if he did go through all that trouble to tank the shit and be like, we're gonna finesse this from the
Yeah.
bottom up, I'd be like, that is the hardest dude on the planet. Like
We're
he
going to
don't
put a
give a shit.
statue in fucking
Like
New Orleans of
he's
this
like
dude.
he's like, bitch, did you think I'm gonna go play for like the Patriots or I'm gonna go
Right.
play for like the 49ers, Green
Right.
Bay?
What you thought
Yeah.
Atlanta going to got me
Yeah.
fucked up.
you think I lived this life just so I could go play in Carolina?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. All I ever wanted was to be a Saint.
Like, I'm feeling that lower line. I'm from that lower nine, bitch. I ain't fucking. You got me fucked up. Actually,
Yeah.
he's probably from like Metairie or something, honestly.
No, then the Saints would trade him to the fucking to Denver.
Oh, God, yeah.
Before before
Uncle Sean. I'm going to play for Uncle Sean. You know he knows him.
before he ever gets to pass a ball for the Saints does some stupid shit to trade him for like fucking Aaron Rodgers.
Who is also kind of balling, bro. Have you been watching him?
He's alive and well. I'll say that much.
Dude,
Just
they're
by keeping up with his
fucking. What are they?
stats.
4-2, maybe. I think they're 4-2.
It's not bad. That's
Not
what it
better than
takes.
us. Shit.
Yeah.
There's only one team. Hold on, let me think. Let me think. Yeah, there's no teams. Is there? I don't think there's no teams that ain't won a game. But there's only one team that's as bad as us. The Titans have only won one game. We've only won one game. I feel like. I think the Browns won a. The Browns may have only won one game. The Jets. Actually, the Jets may not won a game.
Listen, hey, quick tab. Let me just open something up
Mm-hmm.
real quick. My brother went to a fucking playoff baseball game the other night.
Like MLB player.
Yeah, the Chicago Cubs.
Okay, how was that? Lit.
He said he was not to put his business out there, but my man said he was fucked up, and it was only the second inning, so
Hey,
it was a good day. And it's on a
did they
weekday
win?
too.
I guess he's a Cubs fan. He's in Chicago, isn't he?
They won that night. Yeah, it was like 6-0. Yeah, he's definitely. Well, you could be
How
a
nice
Cubs.
is it to be a fucking fan of a fucking like legit ass organization?
Oh my God, fucking like one of the like it's synonymous with Major League
Yeah,
Baseball.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like a legit shit.
Yeah,
That's
and
I love the Saints, but this small market shit, man, rough.
comfortably and happily lives like fucking 3 miles away from where they play.
Oh, he probably ride a fucking bike too.
Oh, dude, it's over though. Milwaukee won the series.
Damn.
Yeah,
At least they won the game he went to.
that's true. And what's funny, dude, it was epic because he had texted me the night before and was like, dude, I never thought I'd, be able to say that I enjoyed and had so much fun watching like a professional baseball game on television. And he's
Right.
like, just because he didn't give a fuck about baseball before he moved up there. I mean, we didn't care
Right.
about it really when we were younger. Our dad watched the Braves, so we were locked in like that. But beyond that, not since then until he moved up there. And so he's gone to a couple of games. But he texted me about that. I was like, yeah, it's crazy, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, dude, I'm going to see about if I can get tickets to tomorrow's game for cheap somewhere. And sure enough, he texted me the next morning. He's like, I secured some tickets. So,
Hey,
and it was just kind of epic that he was like the night before. He's like, I'm gonna be in that bitch tomorrow night. And he was like, then he went and scored him some tickets.
Dude, to take another left turn.
Okay.
Dude, you want to something? Just something that's popped in my brain. I've been wanting to talk to you about.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna tell you how I feel about it first. I feel like this bullshit has got me like kind of feeling away and a little pissed off. All right, Trump. All right,
Okay.
you remember July 4th? This is still to do with sports, but July 4th. You know, we're gonna have the greatest. You have next July 4th, America's birthday.
Yeah.
We'll have the greatest fighting event. It'll be the greatest American champions. It'll be the greatest thing on the South Lawn you've ever seen. All right, for America's birthday, the greatest country in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, how about like what was it like a week ago? This motherfucker come out. Actually, the dates June whatever. His fucking birthday,
Yeah, his birthday.
bro. That is horse shit.
Yeah.
Horse shit. What the fuck you think? I automatically got, and now there's a lot of people like to throw the dictatorship out there. And I don't think he's a dictator, but that's like some like you're gonna have a military parade on my birthday type shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
What the
it's
fuck?
really self-centered, I'll tell you that
Hell,
much.
though, after you hyped it up that it's gonna be on America's birthday and everybody was hyped for that,
I mean, the 4th of July is also on a Saturday, bro.
dude, it's lit. That was the perfect date. People were hyped for it. It made it like a patriotic thing. It's not as patriotic. Well, I mean, it's at the White House, but it's not as patriotic not being on the 4th.
Right. Trump.
And then if you're gonna move it, dude, why dude? That's just so crazy to me.
Let's see.
For his 80th birthday, dude.
Oh, lame, bro. So they're gonna have it on June 14th. That's like a whole I guess almost 3 weeks beforehand.
That's whack, dude.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Like
I don't know. I
unless
mean,
it's
if you couldn't do it on the 4th, okay, whatever. Why don't move it to fucking Trump's birthday, dude? That shit just, oh, you
yeah.
motherfucker, dude. I don't know. I just don't like that. I
I,
don't like that. The old
yeah.
switcheroo, bro. I don't like it. Like,
I don't like the switcheroo part
I
about
don't
it.
like that.
It's still lit that it's going to be at the
Honestly, if
White
he'd have
House.
said it off the rip on my birthday, I'd have been like, "Oh, you self-centered fuck." But hell yeah, UFC
Yeah.
fight. But now I've already got hyped for the UFC fight and, on the 4th of July. Bye bye, and then you move it to. I don't know. I feel like it's a real
Why
bitch move to move it to your birthday.
move the UFC White House date? Let's
Nobody
see.
gives a fuck. He's turning 80.
The date for the UFC event was moved from an initial. Nah, I don't give a fuck either. Initial July 4th target to June 14th to coincide with Donald Trump's 80th birthday and a pre-existing celebration of the 125th anniversary of the U.S. Navy in Norfolk, Virginia. Other reports indicate the date was also shifted due to initial logistical issues with the July 4th date to better align with the overall 250th anniversary celebrations for the United States. So, that's AI telling me that. But
Yeah.
so that's probably pulling from several places. But like, why? Man, it really sucks. You couldn't have like just moved it to a Saturday that wasn't Trump's birthday.
Right. I
You
feel
know?
like that it's very possible. So I believe that he definitely intended probably to have it on the 4th, and for logistic reasons, like that AI said,
Yeah.
I could see that being plausible. Like, the 4th of July, the birthday of America. Then you said it's the 250th or something like even.
Yeah.
Not just another year. I can
Yeah.
get how we're not going to have a fucking UFC fight for that, but they're moving it to Trump's birthday.
Yes. Like,
That's the fuck shit part, bro.
and it's like,
Move it to the next weekend, and we'll just pretend like it's the 4th still.
yeah, like I'm exactly. See, I'm not gonna act like I'm not gonna watch it or anything.
Oh, I'm watching this.
Yeah, absolutely. But I will say that it's annoying. Why if it's you're gonna utilize the argument for, and maybe we're just being pussies, but if you're going to utilize the argument for the 250th, because they have talked about how they were going to do special shit all year long because of that, which is fine. That's awesome. Why not kick it off with the next weekend if we're not going to do it the 4th of July, to your point? Why not do it the next weekend or a weekend after that
Right.
as opposed to coming back some? You know what I'm saying? Because don't move it closer to time. Give it. We'll wait 2 more weeks if we're waiting a whole
Dude, I
year for it.
guarantee when he pitched it too, he pitched it as in like not his birthday, like, you know. I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe
Let's just fucking
June.
do it.
The
Yeah.
weather's good in June. Everybody loves the weather in June. Just a random date, June 14th, random date. Does no
Yeah. Oh
significance.
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
randomly June 14th.
I love how like your accent is less like New York. It's more like an Irishman that has grown since he was like 20. He's lived in Louisiana.
Uh, that's my Trump, bro.
That's awesome. No, yeah, that is shitty. I mean, and plus it's like, come on, bro. We know people like me and you know that Trump's a dickhead piece of shit
Hmm.
90% of the time. But
You can use
we
if
defend
okay,
we
you can go
I
ahead.
can't. This is just. I'm just. What I was gonna say was like. This is one of those things. That's like, yeah, I'm not defending you on this one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no,
Exactly.
this is
Well,
kind of
it's
shitty.
also like anything else. Like you can be when it comes to positions of power or even like your
Creepy.
work and jobs and stuff. You can be a dick and I not like you, but if you're going to benefit me, we're good.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
I
It,
don't have to
very,
like
very
Trump.
blatant.
Right. I don't fucking like you. I wouldn't kick it with you. I don't fucking like you.
Yeah,
But if you're going to do, and that doesn't mean everything you do, you're doing that I like. But if you're giving me two really fucked up options. And if I feel like this
yeah,
option is going to do at least 20% of what aligns with what I like or my beliefs or what I think is going to get me ahead or what's
yeah.
best for me, well, obviously I'm gonna go with that, and I'll like things you do, but overall, as a person, dude, I've been pretty open about it. I don't really fuck with Trump.
Right. Yeah, you're a billionaire and you're fucking a
You've
president.
always been. You've
Yeah,
always been. You
yeah,
can't relate to me. You can't relate to anybody that I even fucking know. I know there's people you can relate to, but I ain't never been around them, and I don't. I'm sure you go up, North Virginia, and I say Virginia, dude, 'cause it's the only place I've been to and seen like fucking crazy wealth.
yeah,
But like you go up to these places like that, and I spent a week up there, heavily, uh, you know, left up there,
yeah,
and like hardcore radical shit.
yeah,
And I could see how all them, with the rich shit could relate, but that's like what most people are like us. I
yeah,
feel in this country, you know.
yeah. I
I
agree.
feel like the way we grew up though is probably I don't. I always used to think. I mean, I'm speaking a lot for you, but I grew up
No,
poor.
you're.
We're in the
Yeah.
same area, so I'm only assuming you probably grew up poor too.
Hard
But
same. Hard same.
so grew same. Well, grew
Eh,
up poor, and I always just thought that that's most of the world. And when you met somebody with money, that's like very few between because I didn't see many people like that.
sure.
So that's why even to this day, when I go places like neighborhoods and stuff with all these crazy big houses and stuff, I'm like, what are this many people doing for a living to be this many rich people? Like, what are
Yeah.
they all? I can't comprehend it because I didn't see that shit. But I really think that most of the country really is kind of in the middle, right? Like we grew up on the lower. We thought that was reality, but people really ain't. The most of the country ain't as poor as we grew up. I don't think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we live in the poorest state too,
Yeah.
or we did. We've grown up in the poorest state, so like to be rich to us as well is a lot different than it is somewhere else. I mean, you probably
Right.
understand now, like 100K if you live in the city somewhere, or let's just
Hmm.
go harken back to Chicago. That's not really a lot of money.
No. No.
Like,
You
I mean,
probably living how we're living right now. You
oh,
know,
dude,
if
I
you
mean,
make 400K a year, you're probably living how me and you live.
they say that a one bedroom apartment in New York is like $2,500 or some shit like that.
Crazy.
I
Well,
mean, do
Walt
you
told
know
me, dude, from
if I?
Vegas.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, he moved here from Vegas. As soon as he
Yeah,
moved here and got started renting here, he was
yeah,
saying that what he was renting here was nicer and bigger, and he was splitting it with somebody and paying like 1,500 a month, his half, to split it, and he had the whole shit to himself for like 900 here.
yeah, dude. And it's like it's crazy, bro. And then think about that too. If you're thinking about like actually living in the city and not suburbia, which is the same thing in their suburbia. It's not like they just make significantly less. Everything still costs more to do and live and shit like that. But and the fucking you're paying that much in the city and you're living on top of somebody, bro.
Right.
Like a bunch of people. There's someone on top of you, to the left of you, to the right
You're
of
not
you.
living good. You're
Right.
paying that. You're not fucking living good. You're living very inconvenienced, and you know, it's crazy, bro.
Some people love that shit.
We
I
didn't
don't.
see none of that shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like if I went to your house, bro, and you had a fucking let's see, let me think when I was younger. If you had a fucking swimming pool that wasn't above the ground, you know what I'm saying, you rich as fuck. And then
I
if you had a 2-story house, holy
oh
shit,
yeah, dude.
what the fuck?
And what's crazy is I got older, bro, and I done seen some fucking trapped out two story.
Oh my god,
Two
most of the
story.
2 stories I've been into is a piece. You know, I would never go back to them bitches, dude. Especially some of them
Dude,
old ones in Macomb.
bro, I swear, I don't
Big,
even.
big ass giant. Like back in the day, these were probably some shit.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't no more.
Oh,
But when I was a kid, yeah, dude. I don't know if you can. I grew up. I mean, I know you're from Macomb, but I grew up right down the street, so I know exactly what I'm talking about. But you know where Edgewood is.
mm-hmm.
You know in that big curve, that like castle looking house right there.
Hell yeah,
Okay, when I was a kid, because we lived right down the road from there, like you could almost see my childhood house from there.
yeah,
And my parents had one house my whole life, so I grew up there all the way till I got out. And dude, my whole life, dude, you couldn't tell me a movie star or something didn't live there. Like I swear to God, that was the like just when I get older, dude, I'm buying that fucking house. And dude, you couldn't give me that fucking house now, like to live right there now. You give it
yeah.
to me, I'll
No
sell it.
shit.
But dude, growing up,
Mm-hmm.
I just thought, you just drive by it now, it's just another fucking house in Macomb. It's like whatever. But dude,
Yeah.
it's like castle looking. Like when I was a kid, dude, I was obsessed with that fucking house. That I don't know whoever lived there. I just knew some fucking big baller ass. You know, I don't even know why.
Anytime,
It's not even that crazy of a house at all.
my opinion of that neighborhood, it's crazy how that. I mean, from that house on into Edgewood or wherever. My opinion of that neighborhood, which interesting for you, you go walk the streets and probably walk around in there and get to there. It took us a while before like we started walking over to Edgewood, because
Yeah.
I grew up on 7th Street, right by Macomb High School,
Okay.
until I was 13,
Mm-hmm.
and then I moved to Fernwood, and then after I moved to Fernwood, it was like a whirlwind of going all over the place, just around town, and moving to Jackson and coming back, all within like a year and a half. But when I
Right.
came back, I moved in with my aunt and uncle, and that's when home base was out in Summit. So
Hey.
I was like 15 whenever, or right before I turned 15, I moved in with them. And that's when my home base became Summit, and most of my homeboys all started going were at North Pike.
Mm-hmm. Same,
Uh,
dude. I ended up in Summit at 14.
yeah,
From dude, my grandparents. My grandpa pretty much halfway raised me. I spent
yeah.
pretty much half my time with him. And same thing, dude. They were in Magnolia. Sold what they had in
Oh
Magnolia.
man.
Bought
Oh,
land in Johnson Station where our fireworks stand was, and
yeah.
moved there. And then yeah, like at 14, that's when I started being a summit, meeting everybody in North Pike. And even though
God.
I didn't even go to North Pike, but I met everybody in North
Right.
Pike.
Yeah. See,
Just because I was there.
I didn't go to school at all. Like,
Right.
and I think that helped me, to be honest. But I say it
Oh,
helped
in
me.
hindsight, I went. What I went to was home. Like it was a building you went to, but just think like a homeschool where we're all going to homeschool our kids at one place.
Yeah.
There's
Like
like 15 kids there
I think
of all ages.
I just say, did Mariah go there too?
Yeah,
Because I want
right.
to say I remember that play. We
Yeah,
actually
so
printed some shit for them one time at my old job.
it wasn't, you know, it wasn't not going to school, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I was getting up in the morning and going somewhere, but it definitely wasn't fucking, public school.
Right.
I was a fucking socially fucked up little kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
feel you. I
we
feel
wasn't
you.
around. So,
And see that I think a lot of my my parents letting us just go walk around the neighborhood type shit,
hmm
because I mean that's what started our social life, and then it just kind of when I started getting into the music scene too,
right.
that was like kind of
Well,
a
it helped
rocket
you
ship.
is like, right, you're good at something.
Yeah,
I wasn't, I didn't play sports. I didn't know that. So,
sure,
I met people just like you, just being around. Like I didn't go
right,
to North Pike, but just when I moved to Summit, just being around the Summit, I immediately met Trevor and Delad. Like we moved across the street from them.
yeah,
They was
that's
just
crazy.
two little bitty kids, way littler than me, both of them. And yeah, just went from there. Just met everybody. First everybody like that you could walk to and that would be walking in your neighborhood. You meet all them first.
Right.
Then you get a license, and that dude, people swear to God, people I meet today like, didn't you go to North Pike? I thought I seen you in North Pike.
Yeah,
Like, bro, never, not even one fucking year.
yeah. For some reason knew you didn't go to North Pike, but I definitely always associate you immediately. Like, you know how you, I don't know,
Hey, cause I
from
held Summit down, dog.
I was gonna say, for me, I have like it's like almost like it's a cloud, right? And then there's faces of from different groups, and it's like
Right.
I don't let me make it sound like I don't have homeboys that went to Macomb. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like T Frost went to Macomb. That's one of my lifelong friends.
Right.
Jimmy, he went to
Oh, dude, I
Macomb.
got it. But
Sand,
Devin, my boy Devin, he went all
yeah,
the way through. Never went to Summit.
yeah,
So, but and I grew like my mom always lived in the same house, so I just spent most of my time with my grandparents. But it
right.
was back and forth. I spent plenty of time at home too in Macomb. But
Hell yeah,
all yeah, everybody hung out in Summit anyway, dude. When I was a
hell
teenager,
yeah.
even fucking Macomb people were hanging out in Summit.
Dude, this is what I was gonna say earlier, but I am scatterbrained, so I forgot. What if you would have grew up in fucking Magnolia, bro?
Mag nasty, bro.
Dude, you'd have
I
been a
halfway
totally
did.
different
I did.
dude.
I did to. Well, I told my grandparents lived there. I spent a
Yeah,
lot of time with them, so
yeah,
pretty much half and half. I spent half with them, half with my parents,
yeah,
and we were in Magnolia, dude. And from birth,
yeah. Fair
my
enough.
parents lived with my grandparents when I was born, so we
Yeah,
all lived there first, and then my parents got their house in Macomb, and I lived with in between them both,
yeah,
and all the way till like 13 because Mag Nasty got too fucking Mag Nasty for my
yeah.
grandparents, and they're like, "Yo, it's time to dip." My parents and everybody was raised in New Orleans, my whole family, in the
Yeah.
Ninth Ward, and
Damn. Okay.
when that shit got too Ninth Wardy, they
Yeah.
left and moved all the way to Mississippi to get away from that shit,
Yeah.
and then they did the same thing in like just got slummy and fucking
Yeah.
just slummy. Like you've been to Magnolia, I don't have to explain to you who
Absolutely.
the fuck would want to live there.
I've spent a lot of time out
It
there.
wasn't. It wasn't. But I'm sure you can remember. It wasn't like that as bad like that when I was a kid. It was actually
Yeah.
like a little homey area place, just a little country place.
Yeah.
But yeah, they moved out of there, dude, and moved to Summit. And damn, dude, they done had to fuck. My grandma done had to leave fucking Summit.
That shit's crazy,
Where
dude.
they lived in Summit, dude, that shit it's fucked up to live. Where I lived, dude, that's not a fucking good place to live. Not it's not the hood by any means, but it's just fucking. I mean, I don't know if you went by there lately, but this fucking not somewhere you'd want to live.
Yeah. Supposedly, like, the flight is to Brookhaven these days.
Yeah, I know that the school flight is Bogachita now, not
Yeah.
North Flight. It's Bogachita. Everybody wants Bogachita School District.
Yeah. That's crazy, dude. But
Crazy.
you know what? Also, I will say, Pike County is a blue county surrounded by red counties.
Yeah,
You think that? Do you think that that has anything to do with it?
absolutely, man. I don't try to link everything to that, but it's not. If you go and Pike County has not always been blue like that. It happened like 10 years ago or so,
Yeah.
12 years ago, about the time Macomb went to total fucking shit. And it's not just the crime and shit like that. Like fucking, who wants to drive on them streets? Like they're not doing
Yeah.
shit. They're not doing shit. And dude, it's not a coincidence. You look at every big city or every city that's like that, and they're having similar issues, maybe on bigger scales because they're bigger cities, maybe on fucking smaller scales they're smaller, but it's the same fucking issues. The money's not getting used, or I don't really know what the issue is. The shit's just not happening. I
Yeah.
believe that they're using the money for personal shit, and it's not, or whatever, and it's
Yeah.
not getting lining. I'm sure they're using it for shit, but somehow they're getting kickback, and not using it for what's best of, in this case, the county, Pike County.
Yeah. It definitely seems like there's a severe level of breakdown going on. But I mean, in Macomb specifically, they did all that stuff to soup up downtown Macomb, and it was like the third weekend that they like allowed
Oh
people to
yeah, no,
go and
drink
fucking
alcohol.
yeah, and motherfuckers start shooting down there.
Yeah, it was like first. I think it was like second weekend. Yeah, something like second, third weekend. You could drink.
Yeah.
Like why they thought that was a good fucking idea from the get go. I don't know.
When we were down there for that show a couple of weekends ago or a month ago, um, they I was outside talking, shooting shit, and two cops pulled up, and they both got out of their vehicles like they was about some business. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, yo, like what's going on here? They got to just leave their lights on and shit. And somebody told me, somebody that was outside was like, no, they come and post up here every weekend now, and that's how I found out about the shooting. It's like apparently the
Yeah.
cops, they have two cops that just come sit down there just to make sure motherfuckers ain't like it's
Shooting each
Bourbon
other.
Street or something.
It's crazy. It's a little bourbon, bro.
Yeah.
Do you think? Do you think there's any hope or change for it? or
Uh,
it just keeps going until every person that we know has rotted away there or moved?
I think that I don't. I think that a small town like that, all the people that have money that like have any kind of pride in that place, they are gone.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. There's nobody that gives a fuck left to do anything about it.
Yeah, and
I mean,
and
what could they do? But you
sure,
know, that's why they left. I feel like, at a
yeah,
certain point, I mean, what can you do if you're not if you're not part of the politics or whoever has the say so?
yeah.
What
Or
the
if
fuck do you do?
or are you a part of the fucking people that go and trash shit and fucking fight people and shoot
Right.
shit and steal shit and fucking set shit on fire in their yard and don't know what the fuck they're doing because they're strung out on dope or you
Can
know
you
what I'm
name
saying?
anything positive out of Macomb? Like one thing. Like if someone was like, "Yo, Shane, I'm moving there no matter what. You can't talk me out of it. I'm going to be there regardless." Can you at least tell me? I know the bad shit. Can you at least tell me what some good shit I got to look forward to about living there, man? Because I'm gonna live there regardless.
There's a badass fucking pop punk band from there, and all the guys in the band are really cool. If you're going to be out there and you plan to have any kind of social life, you
Yeah, I
should.
listen to rap. So you got anything else?
Yeah, okay. We'll scratch the music thing. They have a really nice graveyard. Uh,
Okay.
you probably will get robbed there, but if you die, you
What's
could
the
be
chances of me ending up in that
you
bitch?
could be buried there.
I do like the band, brother. I was being somebody else.
I know, I understand.
Yeah, but man, yeah, there's nothing really positive that you could say, bro. I could say positive things about growing up there.
Yeah,
That kind of that's not, non-existent now. You know, I definitely feel like it's all this, all these cities going to shit in America. So many of them.
yeah.
We're just trickle down effect from all the big cities and shit.
I think that's the case
And
as
I
well.
think that I really, and I was young, man, but and I'm not putting this on one person, but I really do. Like they call, and I hate to even use this phrase, dude, because the type of people that use it, yeah, I ain't trying to be completely associated with them, but
Yeah,
they call Obama the Great Divider.
yeah,
But it really does feel. I feel like I really do feel like this, dude. And I know people will say, I didn't grow up a minority in this country, so how, I'm not the one to speak on whatever. But I'm just saying how I feel in my reality.
yeah.
I really feel like our generation, like pre-Obama, I really do feel like it was like I don't want to say like on its way out, racism on its way out, but it was definitely trending in a way better direction. And like me and all my friends and everybody I knew, dude, we didn't even think about none of that shit. We didn't think about left. We didn't think about right. We didn't think about none of that shit. And it seemed like, the older people were dying off or whatever, and it seemed like, that shit was on its way of being gone.
It
And it
did. It
seems
did.
like that really
It,
sparked it all, dude. The Obama, I don't know if I'm not saying him, but that era, that time,
it was the second
everything
term.
went fucking
It was
crazy,
it was
dude.
the second Obama term,
Yeah.
and I mean to me as well. But what's crazy though is you said it seems like that. It seems like no. At the time we talked about that stuff, dude. Even at that time we before we were even at hyper polarized politically or racially charged the way things are today.
Right.
We talked about that as teenagers. We were like, "Yo, dude, old people are gonna fucking die soon,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
all of the fucking racist people will be gone, and we can just
And
let it
that
be a thing
just
of the past."
disappeared, bro. No
And
one says that shit no more.
we talked about it with our black friends. We talked about it with our white
Hmm.
friends. Everybody talked about that
Everybody.
shit.
It seemed like like I said, a our generation thing. A thing for our age. We all had that connection. Like, yo, we don't fuck with this shit. You know
It
what I'm saying?
only
Like,
it only feels weird to talk about it the way you were describing it before
because
you
of how
said it
things are now. I
because
know.
of how things are,
And that's
because of
fucked
how
up.
things
Well, I know
gradually.
how I'll be perceived by even saying that.
Do you know how much money has been invested in continuing that message over time?
It's crazy, dude.
Broadly speaking,
You
not
know
just
what's weird to me? So it just shows what repetitiveness will do. Because, like, okay, Shane, before all this, we didn't think like that. You know, black people are racist. I'm saying
right.
that to you. You're like, no, they're not. Black
Oh,
people are racist. Every time you open your phone, black people are racist. Every time, I'm using it's obviously I'm saying white people are racist,
right,
but
right.
I'm using you as an example. Black people are racist. Black people are blah blah blah. And it's true. After a long enough time for saying something over, like every outlet just reinforcing it over and over and over, you really can make a very large group of people, white and black, both sides, completely believe it that otherwise wouldn't have believed it just from you just keep saying it over and
Yeah,
over and over.
and
Because I remember how crazy it sounded at first. I
yeah.
can remember when all that started, how crazy it sounded. And now how it just turned into it is what it is. Yo.
Say whatever you just said again.
At the time, it sounded so crazy. But now it's just like, it is what it is. It don't sound crazy at all.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Just for them
Exactly.
repeating it over and over. That's it. That's all you have to do is just keep reinforcing it, even though it's something people don't agree or believe with. And at first, I'm like, nah, what you on? But after a long enough time, and it's because probably, we were adults, we're not believing it. We had our friends, we know it believe, but then we don't realize there was 4-year-olds at the time, and these
Exactly, dude.
4-year-olds are what are 20 now. You know what I'm saying? How the fuck do you get
Right,
that out of
and
them?
that's the thing. It's been the fucking. It's an entire generation and a half of people inundated with the same shit.
How do you break it? You can't break me of who I am from a child. So I don't understand how we're going to break that. There's no way. Are we really set back that far now that all them people are about to die off? Now we have to wait for younger generations to die off too? I mean, we'll be dead, but I'm saying the world has to wait. We've restarted it all over again, and now it's going to take generations again for it to die off.
I mean, it's certainly how it feels. Holy shit! Listen to this. Okay, so this is one of these craziest, one of these crazy statistics, right? So they said, you know, you could go online and ask the average 15-year-old who, not average 15-year-old, but yeah, you probably could ask. Let me ask you this, okay? And this is not a gotcha thing. This is
Mm-hmm.
just me pointing out exactly how shit on the internet is so crazy because it has people thinking some of the wildest shit, okay? According to data compiled by the research of mapping police violence, okay? How many unarmed black men do you think were shot by the police in 2023? Shot and killed by the police in
Yeah.
2023.
You want me to answer that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Just
how
a
many
just a
unarmed
guess.
black men? Just a guess.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I feel like the way this is going, I'm gonna be like, well, based off the media,
Well,
um,
you could just give me your
I mean,
honest
that's all I
opinion.
can base it off of. Yeah, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
In 2023,
Yeah. And 2023 is an arbitrary year.
yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't grab it specifically.
yeah. I'm gonna say 100.
Okay, according to data compiled by research group Mapping Police Violence, 26 unarmed black people were killed by police in 2023.
Yeah. What about
Okay,
white people?
well, in 2023, police killed a total of 95 unarmed people. White people made up approximately 14% of the U.S. population in 2023. They were disproportionately represented among those killed by police while unarmed. Data from Mapping Police Violence indicates that black people were 1.3 times more likely than white people to be killed by police while unarmed. That doesn't sound accurate because it says that there's more black. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Organizations like Mapping Police Violence and Campaign Zero state that the actual numbers may be higher as they are based on publicly available records and some incidents may go unreported.
I mean, I'm not. You know, I think they hype it up. The divided, the instances divided. But I'm not as naive to think. You say if you're black, you're more likely to get killed by the police. I mean, I would believe that. I mean, I'm not a black person, but I would believe that, you know, because of stereotypes,
Yeah,
that there are. I wouldn't be one because of how I was raised and the people I was raised around, and just
right.
But I've been around enough to know people and to have met people and be around people that I know would profile a black person more than a white. They would be more scared because of the stereotypes, so they're more on edge and heightened, and at a higher chance to do something because of something drastic because of that, as you would be less. on edge if it was a white person. I believe, I don't think that's crazy to believe.
I don't think it's crazy to believe either, but we could also do a whole 4 hour podcast on how some of those stereotypes for police officers are reinforced on a daily basis. You
Right,
know what I'm saying? Like they actually witness reinforcement of those types of stereotypes, which
right,
I'm sure they have plenty of
right. You
stereotypes
don't
for.
know what they're police aren't getting called because good shit's happening.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
you're a cop in Chicago or Baton Rouge or New Orleans, just by the demographic there, every violent crime and everything may be, you know, more so on one side, disproportionate on how it's had. Could be more so on one race, black dependent or white depending where you live. People live in fucking Arkansas. All the crime is probably meth heads, you know, and
Right.
you ask one of them fucking
Yeah,
cops.
exactly. And they're like,
But
yeah, I don't want to pull over a dirty
but the
ass
crimes
Ford
in
Ranger.
urban areas and most urban areas, are, got a lot of low income areas, which there's low income white and black, but we'll keep it real. You know what I'm saying? In a lot of these urban areas, it's low income black people. So low income brings violence and crime. So most of everything that these cops in these cities are responding to is violent. All their violent crimes are mostly could be the most people that live there, black people, and that can make them. I don't know, dude. Then you shouldn't be a cop. I mean, I'm trying to play devil's advocate and see both sides,
Yeah.
but in the ideal world, but we're not in the ideal world. But a cop would be trained that it doesn't matter. It's situational training. It don't matter what color the person is. You have that training.
Yeah.
But that's never going to happen because I don't know why that won't ever happen. We need more cops. We wouldn't have enough cops if we only hired ones like that. But then
Yeah.
would you rather just not have this enough cops? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like if I'd rather just that be the only cops. We all know the guy that you went to high school with that was the biggest pussy that couldn't wait to be a cop and he became a cop and fucks with everybody now.
Yeah. Exactly. And he's a
That's
piece of
that
shit
happens way
still.
too much, dude.
Right. I know him personally, and I've heard the stories from so many people.
Mm-hmm. Right. I
Oh
mean, we
my
say one
god.
county, dude. He's even higher. He's even higher than a cop in Pike County now.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
biggest piece
He's
of
the.
shit that I, not never experienced with me, but he's older than me. But I've heard
Yeah.
plenty before he ever even became a cop, became what he is, what he is now. Before
Yeah.
all that, like as young, like Ice House shit, being a fucking dickhead and an asshole.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. I've heard.
Then he becomes a
I've.
cop, and then you
I
know
was
what
gonna
he
say
is now.
I've witnessed it and I've sold.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
To
saying.
to some real crazy shit.
Now he run it all. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He run it all. So
Yeah. I mean, and I don't know how's that going. You know,
shit. Right.
certainly doesn't like you
They ain't
can't.
putting it in and shit. That's for damn sure.
I can't help but like feel like those guys just have to be on their like own personal side quest. And I also say that because Mark Shepard, who used to be the fucking sheriff of
Mm-hmm.
Pike County, spent the last bit of his tenure on house arrest for fucking DUIs.
Crazy.
The sheriff of Pike County, and guess what
Mm-hmm.
he went on to do? He went on to become a U.S. Marshal.
Really? He's a U.S. Marshal now?
I don't know if he is now, but 10 years ago when he left the
Yeah.
force, or when he finished up as sheriff of Pike County, dude, they've been shooting up everywhere in fucking Mississippi, all weekend this
Oh, you
weekend,
see that shit? Yeah.
dude.
From up north all the way down.
There was four different that I know
One was
of.
at a homecoming.
Yeah, Alcorn State, Jackson State. There was the one up north, I guess somewhere in the Delta.
Hmm.
It's fucking nuts, man. I mean, I don't understand why such lawlessness. I mean, is it because people don't have dads? Like, is it because there's
I mean, heard that my whole life. Like, probably groups, different groups of people, whatever. No father in the house, blah blah blah. Or if you
yeah,
know a kid that's a fucked up kid, they're like, well, he didn't have no. And most of the time, he didn't. He didn't have no raising. Didn't have a good dad.
yeah,
Now, with that being said, I've known people. I mean, what is a good dad? I think so. I know people with good dads that turn out fucked up, but I mean, really, their dad was just there and
yeah,
supplied money.
yeah.
He wasn't a good dad.
I think there's plenty of factors that could go into it. Uh,
Drugs change somebody.
Yeah, I mean, you gravitate to whatever makes you feel accepted, felt, or loved. I think a lot of times with for like white people,
Hmm.
most of the time we gravitate towards substance abuse more so than say like violent activity.
Right.
But
We
like,
junkie. We junkies. You know.
yeah,
As we
exact.
like. We. You know what I'm saying? We junkies.
Yeah, and I mean that goes further for some people, and they either
That's how we deal with our trauma. We get.
yeah,
You fucked up.
yeah, and I think
We
that
don't get angry. We don't
inner
get the violence. And for the most part, we're talking in big generalization right now.
absolutely,
But yeah, I
absolutely,
would agree with that. Like, we kind of known for the sudden more than violence, you
yeah,
know, substance. Whereas in, maybe black people more toward, you know, they don't really get on crazy hard drugs like we do.
yeah.
I
And if
think
they do, they're probably gonna end up being some more docile, like
right
fucking
version of themselves.
degenerates. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say this though, and I'm pointing this out. I think also it might have something to do. It's not necessarily a black and white thing. It's more of like white culture and black culture, like in
Right.
the sense of not. I'm pointing out the more negative things, I guess, about either one, but it's just that the fatherless thing is not exclusive to either culture,
No,
for
no,
sure.
it's
Like,
more so in one for sure, but it's not
yeah,
exclusive, dude. And I can agree with it. I mean, you hear that, like I said, growing up with, kind of a cliche, not cliche, but it's just like, they ain't being raised by women, no fathers in the house. That's the problem. You just heard it so much. But the older I get and see whatever, it's kind of true. Like, at least for a large portion of it, if, your father raising your kids, I don't know the percentage, dude, but with the father in the house, it has to be a drastic, better percentage of not being a fuck up.
yeah,
And I'm not saying a woman can't raise a kid and have that same kid without the dad. That's 100% true. But I do feel like, we're talking in generalizations here that,
yeah,
you know, a lot of women are emotional and they're raising men and they're
yeah.
raising emotional ass men because a woman don't know. I'm not saying I mean, I almost want to say a woman don't know how to raise a man, but I know a lot of great men that were raised by only women.
Sure.
So I'm not going to say that they don't know how, but like,
I
you're a
I
man, dude. How can a woman teach some of the things that you're not a man?
100%. I think that to me, anecdotally, on a scale zoomed in, I'm not saying that, hey, brother, if you were raised by your mom, good for her and good for you. All good. Like, I'm not necessarily trying to say on an individual level, but I will say in the sense of if everyone was gay, there would be no more humans.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I say that, I know we're not talking about gay people, but I'm using it as an
I like the
example.
segue. Let's go.
Like everyone is gay. No,
Okay.
no. It's, like you take that, and I had another example that I was going to use, but to me, it's one of those kind of things with okay, uh, if if you take a child that was born, say Dwayne Wade and his wife, I forgot what her name was. She's super fine.
Gabriel Union.
Yes, yes. Say they have a kid and that child is born and it is adopted after. Okay, people do it all the time. They go to
Are you
China.
picking them and their kid
Yeah,
on
no,
part of
I
that
wasn't gonna.
motherfucking
I just used it as an.
abomination that they
I
have?
I used it as an example because they were the first black couple that I thought of for some
Okay.
reason. I heard you talking about Boosie. Boosie was shitting on that kid.
Dude, well, he
Uh,
was shitting all over that thing.
that's fucked up,
I
bro.
don't know, boy, girl, whatever. I think it was a boy that wanted to be, transition to a girl, whatever the fuck was going on over there.
I think that Charlie Kirk would have disagreed with the way Boosie approached that situation. Listen, but no. So you adopt a kid from China, right? Because they do that
Hmm.
a lot. Or adopt one of these kids from China. They're babies. You bring them here. They grow up. They don't fucking sound like they're from China. They
No,
only
it's not
might
like
look
Bobby
like
Lee.
it. You know what I'm saying? They not even. There's no accent at all. Like
You
it's
think Bobby Lee has an accent?
I mean, no. I mean, he just whines. His accent's probably more of just sounds like a baby back bitch from California.
Okay, not a Bobby Lee fan, I see.
I don't hate him. He's just annoying.
He's funny to
Uh,
me. I like Bobby Lee.
I
He's
but
pussy,
no,
but he's open about him being pussy.
it's the same thing about being raised by men, man. You're not going to be able to speak
Yeah.
that language. You're not going to be able to move that kind of way if you don't have that influence in your life. And I mean, don't get like to your point earlier. I mean, that doesn't mean that there's not shitty fucking humans of dads that are still
Right.
in their kid's life, and that might be worse for them, you know. But in the same breath, that just goes to, hey man, don't be a shitty human,
Right.
and also while you're at it, please try not to be a shitty dad. You know, I
We
think that
both know people, dude, that had a great dad and turned out fucked up.
absolutely,
You
yeah,
know, there's so many different factors, but like we're saying, speaking in generalization, you have a way better chance, I believe, with a good father in your life for setting yourself up for success throughout your life and more on just being a good, better human being.
yeah,
And that's not to say, oh, mom can't do it. It's just as important for the mom to be there, I believe. Just 100% just as important. I'm not saying like, oh, you fucking get rid of the mom. If you got a good dad, he's gonna be a good. I mean, believe in it takes both. Like,
yeah,
it take, you need. There's nothing that a dad. I had a good mom, so there's
yeah,
nothing that any dad could have done. To replace a mother's love.
sure,
That's just nature, bro.
absolutely, absolutely,
Nature, though. But I also had, I was mostly raised by my grandfather. I had a great male, strong role model that I owe pretty much for everything I got and everything. Not that my
yeah,
mom didn't teach me a lot, whatever, but the things that I used to get where I am now, I learned most of them from my grandpa.
yeah. I've
And if I
I've
wouldn't have had that, dude, holy shit, I don't even fucking know. And that's with me having a good mom.
Yeah, and I think I've talked about this with my boss the other day. Like this is probably a couple of weeks ago, but I said some of the best hardworking people that you'll ever meet in your life are people who were raised by their grandpa, and
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily like lived in the house with them for forever, but they spent all their spare
If their
time.
grandpa had a huge influence on them,
Yeah,
a big influence. It wasn't just like we're going to go see. Your grandparents are old and old folks
yeah,
home. You want to see them. My grandpa was fucking working because he's taking me to
yep,
work. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Working my ass.
I got several people that I know. I mean, shit. He's a wild boy. We've had a lot of experiences together. But Dakota Rhymes,
Mm-hmm.
he's a that's a hard working motherfucker. He has kept a hard ass job since we were young teenagers, and
Right.
I
I
say
worked
that
with him at Fabricated Pipe, and that was a hard ass
okay.
job.
There you go. And I mean, I was about to say, you look. I'm sure that plenty of grown men go and do that job, and it's all fine. To me, that would be a hard ass job.
Yeah.
That's like a grown man job. You get out there and do that shit all
Yeah.
day,
He
every
did it for
day.
like 4 years. I quit after 8 months. And I'm a
Yeah,
hard ass worker, but I said fuck this shit.
yeah. He went. I don't know if he still works, but he worked for the railroad for a while too.
Another
Yeah, I
hard
think
ass job.
I was about to say not easy to get that job either. I don't know. I feel like for most people that go down a path of like absolute destruction and find the hardest, might not find a way back. They are one of two things. They did not were not raised with, two parents or at least those figures in their life
Mm-hmm.
that, gave them that kind of love and taught them the way, or they were fucking sexually abused as kids.
Right. Or
And it's
or
fucked
got on
up how
drugs.
yeah, well, I mean, got on drugs. A lot of times that's the reason they get on drugs.
I mean, yeah, I don't
You know?
believe that. That's why everybody gets on drugs.
Sure. A lot of people get on drugs because it's fun and available.
I think, yeah, a lot
Um,
of. I'm not gonna say accidentally get on drugs, but you're,
yeah.
you're like, you know, neither one of us have ever been, strung out drug addicts, but we're fucking from Macomb, so I'll just
I,
leave it at that.
yeah,
So we definitely
absolutely.
know, you know, people. You definitely know how people could get addicted. Just like, dude, we just fucking, let's just do this. It's fun. We're at a party. Let's do this. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then them people just lead to being fucking drug addicts and getting strung out. And it wasn't because they were fucked with or whatever. It was just because
Yeah.
drugs get that grip on. They were an addict already. They had just
Right.
never done drugs.
Right.
They had never
Yeah.
done. That's why I could
That's
never
very
really fuck
true.
with drugs because I am like, anybody that knows me, you don't even have to be around me long and you see how I am with things.
Yeah.
And you know, drugs would have been not a good thing for me.
yeah.
That's thank God I never, drugs don't never mess with drugs, but I get addicted to all kinds of stuff. I have an addictive personality, and I already know if I didn't have my grandpa raise me or something, dude, and how a lot of my friends, my childhood friends are fucking dead from drugs or fucking not shit in life.
Right.
There's a high chance that could have been me, dude. But if I wouldn't have had, my grandpa and my mom was voice in my head telling me not to do that shit.
Yeah. And if you would have went to South Pike.
Yeah, or if I would have went South Pike, I might not be sitting here on this podcast.
Yeah, no, for me, I've expressed it publicly on the record and off the record, but I have taken and done so many different drugs. Never once have I ever felt hooked on a drug the way alcohol has done for me.
Yeah,
And that is a beast that I kind of feel like I've conquered right now in my life, which is
right,
cool. As someone who drinks periodically, but I'm just saying
right.
like that's something I used to think was the stupidest thing to even hear somebody say. It was all, I always would have such a big old ha ha. That's dumb. Every time somebody would say some shit about drinking in moderation, or like maybe have a drink for a special occasion or something, I
Right,
thought that was the stupidest shit because I was a drunk. I would drink every day,
right.
even functioning in day trying to function in daily life. I would drink every day, even when I got responsible. Before I got responsible with my life, I just drank all the time, just kind of like fucking didn't give a fuck.
Right.
Then I got responsible and still drank every day, and it became like, dude, just fucking quit, weekend
Too
guy.
hard.
And
Yeah.
then now it's just like on occasions. So I never like quit drinking cold turkey or anything, except for when I got sick. But that was because I thought I was gonna die. But I
Gotta do it.
just had high blood pressure. I
Getting old
think
fucking sucks, dude.
like they gave me some like little placebo pill, and not really. It's just some shit that brings my
I'm
blood pressure
feeling
low.
much better.
Yeah, well, this is
Uh,
great.
Dude, getting old, thinking about blood pressure, that's fucked up. I don't even want to think about that shit. But it's coming. Hopefully. You get in the. I'm just never going. I'm gonna stay active, bro. We different. Like people, I'm 34. When
Yeah,
I was a kid, bro, I don't know if my memory's fucked up, but 34-year-old, like I get out in the football, I still play football harder than y'all at Mason. Like I'm diving for shit, rolling on the ground. I couldn't
yeah,
imagine. My dad would have fucking broke a hip when I was a kid doing some of that shit.
yeah,
Probably. Like my dad wasn't old. He was 34. I'm saying at 34, my dad wasn't doing shit like that.
yeah,
He was already like, just a fucking
yeah.
grown person that didn't do that shit.
Right.
My daughter's getting Joey gave her a longboard, dude, and she's into the skateboarding or whatever. And I'm trying to tell
Hell
her how
yeah.
I knew how to skate, and they don't believe me. And dude, I already know I'm about to fuck myself up trying to do a kickflip to prove it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna
But
die, dude.
but part of me is like, no, like my dad would have died at 34 doing that shit. I can still do that shit.
Yeah. I could still take a few more busts in my ass.
Right? Like I fall over and shit, I'm still all right. And I
And
feel
see,
like if we ever stop, that's when you're not going to be all right.
right, and that's what they say about old people when they retire late.
Mm-hmm.
Like the motherfuckers just keep working, and then when they finally stop working, they fucking die like a year later
Yeah.
because they've been working their ass off for like fucking 65, 68, 70 years. So it's like you make them stop, and their body's like, "Hey,
Yeah.
buddy,
Keeping
you're
all the
like,
disease and shit at
yeah."
bay. Ain't got time. I'm working. I ain't got time to be fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, and to your point about still being able to be active, like for me, I used to be a good bit bigger when I drank beer every day, and
Yeah.
I used to be about the size I am now, just younger when I was younger, and then
Right.
I got everybody got cars, and we started being able to just go sit places and drink alcohol, or just hang out at the house and drink alcohol. It's just really unhealthy. Eat like shit, and then eventually I lost a good bit of weight, and that's awesome. And to me, ever since then, like I'm man, every day I'm fucking punching the air. I'm doing stretches and all kinds of just
Yeah.
weird shit throughout the day. I don't have a specific regimen, but I'm also on my feet, busting my ass, working all day
Mm-hmm.
in the elements. So like that's another thing too. So it's like I got that in. I'm fucking working my arms. I'm pushing ink. I'm doing all
Right.
this shit. I'm very active every day. It's like I'm grateful that I'm not like working on a dozer out in the middle of a field
Right.
digging
Driving an
lakes and shit
18
for
wheeler.
or some shit like that.
Them fat fucks.
Yeah, like I'm grateful that I'm not working a hard ass job doing something else either.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, there's way harder jobs that
Yeah.
could,
Yeah.
that I could be doing that I'm fucking very grateful I don't have to do. Uh,
That's why, what I'm saying, Trump need to pump his brakes on sending everybody back.
yeah,
He got
yeah,
the game fucked up, dude. He pulling up on people that been here 20 years, bro. How do you
yeah.
feel, bro? If they've been here so long, they straight?
I mean, I don't know why those people would be getting sent back.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you've been here, you'd have to put a year on it, no, but I'm seeing a lot of, like, people that's been here, like, 20, 15, 20 years. Yo, you got that, homie. Now, you need to be here legally, but we're going to give you an easier path to becoming a citizenship it's so easy that you're not going to have to go back to Mexico wherever you have to do it. You can stay here, and you've been. I know these are people that have been working and productive members of society. We're gonna help you with that. You are an American. We're gonna help you with that citizenship.
Yeah,
Not I'm sending your ass back and then try to get back here. Their kids are here. They're
yeah.
fucking.
I've
You
got an
know.
idea. I've got an idea. If you have a criminal history within the United States, you're going back.
Okay.
Like
Nah, but hold up, because I'm with that. I'm with that. But what's criminal history?
violent,
Okay.
violence,
Okay.
or
Yeah. A
selling,
violent crime. Okay, I'm with that.
violent crime, or selling fentanyl.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm with
okay,
that too.
but
But you can
also
sell little, you sell a little something, but just
if
not fent.
absolutely, yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you're a fucking demon on society.
Yeah.
But so I'm not even that dead set on that. We could just make it to this, just because if you have a violent criminal history, or if you got here in the past 5.5 years.
Yeah.
So
I
if
think
you've
an
got
age thing matters too, though, dude. But like, say
if
if
you
I've been
came
here.
here if you came here since COVID,
Hmm.
grab you and your fucking kid, go home.
Yeah,
You
I'm with
know,
that.
like, and I'm being hyperbolic. I obviously it would be sad and traumatic either way.
Right.
I'm being a dick about it right now.
Basic, if you came here with some ill intent or you came here on some fuck shit,
Yeah,
when the past 4 years it's been real easy to do that. We got flooded with people like that. You need to get your shit and go back. But you throwing, the saying, throwing the baby out with the bathwater. That's what's happening right now.
yeah.
People that have been here being productive are getting wrapped up in that, bunched up in that too, and getting fucked.
It's just a long game, bro. It's a long game, and what I mean by that is they just wanted us to be. The Republicans were like, we really need the people in America to be cool with Mexicans, and so what they did was they shot for Mars, and now we're landing on the moon. Because you know what hey, let the Mexicans stay.
Right.
Everybody else has got to go.
I
Just let the
never. Right.
Mexicans.
Exactly. I mean that with the open borders, that's definitely where I've been saying where I would start. First off, let's
And I
not even
mean, I
start with the
mean,
Mexicans.
I mean, send back people like that are here under the criteria what we were just talking about. I'm not
Yeah,
saying like some like, like my sister in law is Ukrainian. Don't
yeah.
send her back. It's all good. She's here
What I'm saying
legally.
is people that came across the border, the Mexican border, the southern border, from like all these other countries,
Yeah,
that on some fuck shit. That's where we should be starting.
yeah.
Instead of going to fucking Home Depot, dude. If they're at Home Depot, clearly, like I don't know, bro. I just
But hey, they might be at Home Depot and also be fucking sexual assaulters that got set free, and they still
I
need to
don't know.
make
I just
money.
got this image in my head, dude. The only thing that I try to side with is just picture you're someone that came here from Mexico at fucking 5 years old, okay,
Yeah,
and you've been here 15 years. All right,
yeah,
you're 20. That to me, culturally, that person is an American just like me and you. That's what he knows. That's what he is. Could you imagine being sent back to fucking Mexico at that point?
yeah.
To me,
No,
that's like
but yeah,
another level of cruel because I can put myself in them shoes because I could kind of, I could imagine that being sent somewhere where, you're not Mexican. When you go back there, you're a foreigner too.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
It's just
they're probably not going to be very happy with you either.
right, exactly. So, and them, that's a lot of stories like that. Maybe not. I'm trying to be more extreme, but you just say 10 and 12 years old, and now
Yeah,
you're 30. You know what I'm saying? That's fucked up.
yeah. No,
But I mean, you could
I
also
agree.
say, well, your parents, you shouldn't have been here illegally. There's a right way to do it, blah, blah, blah. But the fact of the matter is, all that's right and true, but motherfucker, I am here.
Yeah,
You know, you know, you'd have
yeah.
done the same if you're from my country.
Absolutely.
You'd have done the same shit.
I know it's something that we do try to do with a lot of different subjects, and I mean I think it's the same thing with like things like abortion. It's not an easy solution. It's a fucked up situation. I
There's
mean,
no right or wrong. It's not black and white.
yeah. I mean, it's brown. I'm just kidding.
It's black and white.
No, it's just like it's a bummer to me, like, because it's like you want to be like, oh, you want to be angry in one direction or another almost, because it's like, damn, this is such a fucked up thing. But it's like I don't have the answer, and it's like sometimes there's things where it's like I reserve the right to almost like change how I feel on this on a very
Right.
tentative basis because Not any one of those people have the same situation either.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's
And
yep.
we have
So
so many things that we need to worry about internally and need to deal with internally as a country, that it's like the effort that it will take to get rid of any substantial amount of uh, you know immigrants that are here illegally. Like, it's just going to take so much. Like, it's so much resources, so much money, so much time, so many people. And it's like, damn it. Like, I would rather y'all go through with a fine tooth comb and get all these back. Well, how many of those are there? And how many of them are messed up with? I don't like, to your original point when you brought it up, was the whole big sweeping net. Like, dude, some of these people don't need to go, bro. You don't
right.
have to fucking. These people are helping out the small business owner that works right here. And you know what I'm saying? Like, they're helping this, they're helping this, they're helping this. They might be the small business owner that's right here, and you're fucking sending them out of the country. Like, and I use small business as just an example of,
Right.
like, hey man, like, this is a part of the American dream. Some of these people haven't done anything wrong. They've acclimated. They've, raised their children to be Americans and not be fucking Mexicans that are just. Um,
Dude, half of them
that sounds
wanted
crazy,
Trump.
but
You know how many Mexicans I knew wanted Trump to win?
yeah, a fucking lot apparently.
When like working in construction, just working with, just different jobs, you run
Yeah,
across, tons of Spanish, Mexican people. And dude, tons of them, not all of them, but tons of them. Dude, I would say, I know we are, I guess we're in Mississippi. The Mexicans around here are probably even Republican.
yeah,
That's how core it is around here. But
yeah,
the most, they were hardworking family people, and they were like, yeah, I'm here busting my ass, and doing this, blah, blah, blah. They on that fuck shit. You need to send, Trump needs to
yeah.
be president. And they really thought that, I don't think they knew what was coming, dog. They definitely didn't know what was coming.
Yeah, I
They
mean,
didn't know that it was going to be everybody,
yeah.
everybody.
I
So,
mean, but hey, maybe if they're here legally, they probably are like, yeah, get the fuck out of here. You're making the
yeah,
block hot for
the,
everybody
the
else.
ones I was talking to definitely wasn't
Yeah,
legal.
fair enough.
I know, but
I was just
yeah,
say
I don't know.
the one I feel like the guys who are here legally, they walk different. They walk a little slower, not really looking around so much. They're
Yeah,
like, yeah, dude, sorry, hate to see that.
they
I'm
fucking
just
talking back to the cops and shit.
yeah.
They don't give a fuck. But it's these wheels. Sometimes I think that what do it's Pandora's box or whatever. We're on this path, and it's something. There's no stopping. There's no solution, like you said.
Yeah.
But I look. You try to think back in history. I think that what changes it, and this isn't really good news, really, but what changes it is when, because shit has been way more fucked up in human history, dude. I mean,
Sure,
by
obviously.
miles, and
Yeah.
and stayed fucked up for a long, long last time, like
Absolutely.
a long time before it changed, and it's because I think that you don't change. Like the only thing that makes humans change or whatever is when it's so fucked up and miserable for everybody. Like, life's just so fucked up that we all, would just agree, like, dude, like, let's just fucking live and fucking like, it has to be that bad to like, dude,
Yeah.
I just want to live. Like, fuck all this. Can we just live?
Yeah.
Can we just be alive and live? Like, we did all this to ourselves. And I think that has probably happened through history. And I mean, you see the fucking the dark ages and all that. That after fucked up times, usually better times come. And I think it's
Usually.
because usually we are in with technology and stuff, we're in different times.
You know what really hurts, Matt, when you think about it, and we can save for a serious part 2 for next week for sure.
Uh huh.
Uh, but the all of these things that are happening also coincides with an AI revolution, and
Right. That can change everything.
I think the human race has peaked as far as
No.
as far as population, prosperity, and happiness goes.
I'm trying to be optimistic that it's coming back around. But that's one of the biggest. That's the one of the biggest problems, the monkey wrench in what I just said. Like history repeats itself. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But guess what? Didn't repeat it. Like none of that shit had the shit we have now.
Yeah,
How could that shit possibly repeat itself when you got what we got? It can't.
yeah.
Or
History,
or or can it? And it's just like, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes it's like, yo, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck about all that. This shit done happened before. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
We
Uh,
cocky. We think we so cocky. Everybody, the Romans was cocky. They ruled the whole world, and they were talking about the people 5,000 years before them. Yeah, they didn't have the shit we got. We ain't never
yeah.
fallen.
What about them Egyptians, bro?
Yeah, you know what I'm
The
saying?
Egyptians got wiped too.
That's what I'm saying. Like we're being cocky. Like history ain't gonna repeat itself. We got different shit now. They had different shit too. We don't
Here,
know what's around the corner.
I'll also say this. This is just kind of a play on that, though. Is the history doesn't repeat itself, but it sure as hell rhymes. Like, you know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like, and that's one of those kind of things
right.
where, where,
Close enough.
yeah, exactly. And I like that though, because it's like, yo, obviously it's not the exact same thing, but goddamn, it looks a lot similar.
Right.
Like
Dude. You
it's
can't tell me you look at political leaders and shit that's going on now, and then look while it's not exactly the same, you go back and look at shit and like, yo, how are we falling for this shit again? Like I'll go back and watch shit and I'm like, yo, they're doing this fucking shit right now and it's working again. They're running this back. Like the
yeah.
propaganda and shit, like controlling whole masses with propaganda. They this is the old play. They've
Yeah.
been done that. How the fuck we let them run this back on us?
And it's easier this time.
Easier, eating it up even more,
Yep.
eating it up even more. The youth is 10 times fucking gullible.
I'll tell you what it is also. And it's unfortunate, but like I said, we can talk about it more in
Yeah,
depth
yeah, yeah, for sure.
later. But I think that it is high time for what we have here in America is something that is unique and it has gone on for too long. And we're fucking it up for everybody else because every first world country wants to do what China's doing to their population. But because America is so slow to the whole like let's all get in one line and mesh together and be on all the fucking technocratic whatever takeover, the Ted Kaczynski shit or whatever.
Right.
That shit is real in China and all the people are okay with it.
Yeah.
It
That,
doesn't
I mean, it's
it
for the to them, it's for the greater good.
right, and this is the thing. Like when it all boils down to it, it's like, damn man, am I fucking it up for everyone by not just letting them plug the shit into the back of my neck, metaphorically speaking? You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like just fucking get in line and for real, and just let it happen. And then it's like, man, fuck that. Like
It's the
fuck that.
Americans. We're Americans, bro. What you're
Absolutely.
saying right there, like
Yeah.
that other voice that's coming out that's like, nah, fuck that. That's because we were raised American, and America was built on no fucking tea
Yeah.
tax. Well, man, I
Yeah.
don't even drink that shit. Fuck
Yeah.
that. Fuck them and their tea. Yeah, it's bred in us, bro.
Yeah.
It would
And
be easier just to go with it, and like to your point, May would be for the greater good. It at the end of the day, compared to where we might end up not going along with it, it may would have been better to just go along with it. The end point may be better than you know, but I'm
if you
like you,
could
fuck that.
if you could guarantee me a heaven or hell, maybe
Right.
we could have a conversation. But I would rather fucking die in the soil of free America than to fucking be a part of the generation that fucking gives into that. Now I'm not saying to do anything radical,
Right.
but I'm just saying like absolutely not, dude.
Dude,
I
all we
all
got to do is be on the same page. Like, it's amazing. Just think how all of China, like you're saying, is in line with each other. Just think if America did that. Like, all of us, there's no division. We're all, and even if it's all in line with fuck that, fuck all this shit that's going on with them. Even if it was that, bro, it would be, and that's why they keep us divided,
it's
obviously. But it
it's
would
the
be so fucking game over, bro.
it's the end of humanity.
Yeah.
That and I'm telling you, dude, the technocracy is insane. They don't. We are not needed anymore. We and I'm talking about long game, a
And
hundred
we're doing
years,
it to ourselves.
and that's the craziest
It's
part.
fucking crazy. If you, it sounds like a evil plan, but it's like we're doing it and we can't wait to get done with it.
I think it's just natural. Excuse me. I mean, this is where people get into the conversation about good and evil. The technocracy being evil. It is like the embodiment of godlessness. Like
Yeah.
because it is
I
the
mean,
one time
soullessness.
it is like where we get to play God is the technocracy, and it takes all of the beauty of whatever entity that created all of us, and it puts it and it just robs it of all, like you just said, soullessness. There's no soul,
Right.
and there's imitations and stuff like that. I talk about it at work, but I'm like, because that's what everybody says. This art doesn't have any. This music doesn't have any. There's no human emotion. But the thing is you can say that, and because you care. One day, what if people don't care? They don't
They.
care
Yeah.
because they can't even relate to that. They can't relate to that authenticity. The authenticity doesn't exist anymore.
You just have to hope that. You just have to hope that, like I was saying with soul and all this, that all that's real. And
Yeah,
if all that's real, even if they can't relate to it, they'll feel it. I don't know if that's true. I'm just saying
sure.
that would be the hope, dog. That there's something about the human being, the human race. There's something bigger to it. Obviously, I hope that's true. There's something bigger to it, and that there's something about us that a computer can't replicate because just say a soul. We have souls. We have whatever you want to call it, and that even though in the future people won't be able to relate, we were raised, how we were raised, and all that. People won't be raised like that no more. Whatever. If it really what we were taught growing up really is true, it won't matter. They'll feel it. You would think, if all
Nate,
that's true.
nature created us, and look what we did to nature.
Yeah.
We have created technology, and it will do to us a million times worse. And
And do you not think like the leaders in AI and all that, they obviously have to know this, so why keep pushing forward? We're just a bunch of dumb fucking rednecks, and it's so obvious to us. How the fuck do they not? I mean, they have to know. Elon's been warning about it. Like, what is the motive of just? I mean, I
power,
get
dude.
it.
It's the
I get
same.
it.
It's the
If we
same
don't do
reason
it,
that
China's doing it, and Russia's doing it.
it's the same reason that conquerors did the shit they did back in the day. It's the same fucking thing. And they just, oh well, we've got to have. I will control this power. It's all power. The money. All these motherfuckers have more money
Or
than they
nuclear,
could
bro.
ever
You
do
know,
anything.
nuclear bombs could kill us all, and they still race to build the shit.
Don't care.
Don't care.
Don't
They
care.
were testing this. I'm sure you've seen the movie Oppenheimer. Hey, there's like a 0.3% chance, like if you push this button, it vaporize the atmosphere and kill everybody on the earth.
Yeah.
Fucking cross your fingers because we're testing this bitch,
Yeah.
and still tested that shit. Ain't that crazy? That's true facts right there, documented. That they thought that when they tested, there was a possibility that it just ends the planet, and they still tested. That's America did that. Still
Yeah.
tested that shit.
It is also possible that children are being drained of their blood, and it's being sent off Earth.
Okay, we on some
And
lizard man shit now with
well,
it.
and now that they have mastered the art of pretty much, I say mastered. Now that they are capable of basically just taking nut and turning it into a child, we will just be turned into a giant hive where they just manufacture children blood for off Earth creatures. I find that one to be like way
Yeah,
further down on the iceberg of
right. Dude,
possibilities.
when I get down them rabbit holes of like our existence and stuff like that, and like we're meaningless
Yeah,
specks of dirt and all that, I just try to look and be optimistic, be like, you know what? I'm a fucking us being speck of dirt. But one thing that we do have is you're a speck of dirt, I am, and we all are, and we all have that in common with each other. And only us experience that with each other. And even if it is insignificant, only us know that, and that's something unique to us. And you know, fuck it. What else can I do but ride that shit out? And we in this shit together. Let's just ride it out. We insignificant together. Fuck it. But this is a unique experience we're having, even
yeah.
if we're just fucking ants. You know,
Well, and another, from
my shit just died also.
that's okay. I'm about to wrap up anyway.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say that it's interesting to me. It kind of goes back to what I was saying. Like, don't get me wrong. I have these opinions, and I actually, some stuff. Obviously, I'm always being hyperbolic and stuff. But I think there is a big. We could. I think we could spend an hour and a half talking about literally what AI is and reading articles and its growth and people's how people feel about it and stuff like that. I'm not bullshitting when I say that unless there is something done, that shit is going to be a problem for the human race.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
I'm
like
100% with that.
it will take people being like, hey, we either need to put a pause on the capitalist aspect of this, or we need to fucking put 100% like pull the plug guarantees on this shit.
Nope. Never happening.
You're right.
Because of
Unless
other countries, just like the plug ain't been pulled on nuclear bombs, even though we dropped on, they seen the devastation and like we put rules, we can't even use the shit in war, whatever. But
yeah,
every country's still making them bitches, and they ain't stopping.
I think this is a whole different monster.
Yeah, it's bigger.
Yeah, I think it is way. I'm not saying way where obviously nuclear bombs are a problem, but I'm saying like the level of like manipulation and fuck
Well,
uppery.
guess what's going to be controlling nuclear bombs in the future? You know, they're more the same than you think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right. Oh my, yeah. What if, they get, this is crazy talk, but it's not that crazy. But just say that it gets consciousness on its own,
Yeah.
and we're a problem. Yo, I just took over all the codes to every country's nuclear shit, and unless y'all get in line, or why would it even say that? Would mean it to have some compassion with there, wouldn't it be? And just, yo, let's get rid of them. Why would they even offer us to get in line? They're not a human. They don't care about that. They care about efficiency, and
Yeah.
we're not very efficient. So it would be very easy to just fucking
You
wipe us
just
out.
imagine there's a whole swath of fucking there's a community that lives just south of Detroit that has not made some kind of blah 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 based off of these numbers. It is a net positive to get rid of that entire community.
Hmm.
Fucking just sends in a fucking swarm of drones or whatever and
Hey, we
just
first to go. Mississippi first. They don't need our ass. We the first, and they're like, yeah, why the fuck they even still here?
I think any speculation is not even worth making because the mind of the hive mind of whatever that could be in 10, 15, 30 years, I mean, you don't know the value or possibility that that thing could see in Mississippi or
It could
different.
scour all of the online internet at once. I mean, this is an AI genius, and it's
It
gonna
it
start
can
pulling up anybody that ever said anything about AI, and they're going first, and they're gonna pull this fucking chat up right now that we're talking on, and we're gonna be on the list, dog. We're gonna be on the list.
pull up.
Pull up, fuck AI.
Pull
Let's
up.
go.
Yeah, bitch. I told you. I was knees in the dirt, bro. Knees in the
Yeah,
dirt.
that's how I'm with it, bro.
If I gotta go,
Listen, at
knees
that
in the
point, we
dirt.
going either way. I'm with you.
Yeah,
Damn, I'm going out, blue
yeah.
blooded, cause I'm going out. Fuck it.
I said it the same way. My kid and them, when they get older, they can do whatever the fuck they want. Y'all want to sell out? Y'all want to go get on the bus? Y'all go get on the bus. I'm not
Yeah.
getting on the bus. I'm not trying to act like I'm some fucking super tough guy, but to me, that's the equivalency of like a Christian being asked. It's not the same, I guess, but it's like a Christian being asked, gun to your head, will you denounce God, or whatever. And
Right.
the theory is that the true Christian is not gonna he'll die a
Yeah.
martyr for God. I say
Yeah.
Christian. I'm sure this is all
I mean,
religious, but
that's literally happens though in other
yeah,
in third. I mean, in the Middle East, like they literally won't denounce it, and they get killed by the thousands.
yeah. So to me, I'm like, what do you want? Yeah, I'll go be a fucking communist style slave. Absolutely fucking not.
Nah, I'd
That
rather
I
be dead.
will. Yes, I'm not going to vote for that. I'm not going to choose that. I do not want my children to be in that. If as long as I'm here, that I'm going to be against that. I'm
Yes.
not interested in any of that. I'm not interested in the slippery slope of any of that. I, bad things will continue to get worse unless somebody does something about it. And that applies to the same shit that we're talking about earlier, as simple as like self centered current administration. You know what I'm saying? Unless there are checks and balances or other people to do something about it, I'm not saying go out in the streets and do some fucked up shit. I'm just saying, like, there's rules in place to keep dictators from running the country, particularly the United States. But on the grand scale in life, the things that happened in Russia during the was because cowards didn't fucking do anything about it and let the lesser do whatever they had to do to fucking get so much power and have so much fear and control. The same thing happened in China, the same thing happened in Germany, and the same thing happened plenty of times before. Like, why do you know this guy's one name? Fucking, you know, Mao Zedong. Why do you know this one? Because cowards let that motherfucker do whatever he. Why did Hitler get to do what he
Hey,
did?
dude, he started off being born as a person just like us. How'd he get there?
Yeah, he had
Y'all
people.
fucking
He
let
had
him.
he had plenty of people around him that had fucking guns at any time. That like, you know what,
Hmm.
my life is not worth letting this guy continue to do what he does. So I'm gonna blam him in his shit, and if they blow me up afterwards, then so be it.
Hmm.
Because people, I'm going to fucking shoot him, and people are gonna. Yeah, I guess you can't say that on YouTube, but
Yeah,
I'm just saying
yeah.
in a
Chill,
video
dog.
game.
Chill. Yeah, and we're talking Grand Theft Auto
Yeah,
review right now.
man. For real. Hey, let's get off of here. I'm gonna go to the room.
All
This was
right,
good.
bro.
We'll definitely get we'll put a pin in this one for sure. We'll
Yeah,
get
we have
back
to
in.
pick back up on this.
Yeah, we'll do an OP
When
episode.
you get an expert, you know, an AI expert, to holla at me.